Three different stories about three different major Disney franchises has the media all up in arms. They don't know how to cover it. They have not yet selected perhaps the narrative of choice. But it is an excellent opportunity for you and for us all to find out just how the media plays the game of framing stories however they like, and perhaps even manages to manipulate the sources which are able to rise to the top. Get ready, folks. We're going to expose it all right now on the WDW Pro channel. Hello, folks, and welcome back. We are here to explain entertainment and let you in on the secrets of Hollywood in a way that not even those who live within it understand. We pop the bubble for them. And this master class and how it all works, well, you all are here on scholarship, just by virtue of the fact that you are wise enough to come back and join us each and every time. We start today with an endeavor into the Marvels, this one by Jason Struss of Digital Trends. We are looking at the way the media is framing these big Disney stories, and we're going to expose how all of this is going. The Marvels just might be the MCU's first huge box office disaster, something that we've been predicting for a while. Now these other articles and outlets out there are catching up. It says, until now, superhero fatigue was a convenient phrase to explain away multiple DCEU bombs. Any Sony superhero movie not starring Tom Holland or the odd random reboot like David Harbour's woeful Hellboy. Now, folks, here is the beginning of the frame. How do we do this? Well, we have a movie that's coming out that aligns with what most of these access media and mainstream media types want. It aligns with the values of the far west coast and the far east coast, and yet it's not going to do well. So how do we frame this so that it has nothing to do with the content or the quality or, dare I say, the ideology of the item? Well, we frame it as being superhero fatigue. Very first sentence, paragraph 1. It says, but we may just be entering the end of an era this month as The Marvels, the 32nd and latest MCU movie, is expected to do less than stellar business when it releases on November 10th. How low can Marvel go? Well, with movies like Avengers Endgame and even Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Oh, wait. That one did not suffer from superhero fatigue. Setting the bar so high, a bad opening weekend performance by a Marvel movie is still better than pretty much every other film not named Barbie or involving Taylor Swift. But according to a recent article in Deadline, the opening weekend pre-sales for the Marvels are pacing behind Black Adam, which debuted to a slightly disappointing, $67 million last year, and The Flash, which flatlined at $55 million this last summer. Ouch. What does that mean, folks? Well, the Marvels, with a $250 million production budget, likely a $100 million advertising budget at least, this one's going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars in a year when Disney has often lost hundreds of millions of dollars. So glad they picked up a new CFO to try and come in and clean up what is happening. But it's all superhero fatigue, and just ignore the details, right? Now, that is one narrative. The narrative that has been accepted by the media at this point is that, yes, the Marvels is a failure. Yes, Marvel's in trouble. They are accepting that narrative. But what is happening with a different franchise? Well, watch and see, folks. This is what's so amazing. And I hope that everybody walks away from this video with this understanding. It is not the facts that determine the conclusion in the mainstream and access media. The narrative reigns supreme. The facts be damned. Check this out. Disney's Wish box office projections see it break a major record following Pixar's Coco. This on November 6th. Today, at the time of release, by Brandon Schroer, which, I'm sure Brandon is an excellent writer. And, but I have seen this come out now on multiple places. Watch this. Read the first sentence along with me as we go through this class and how all of this works. Disney's Wish is currently tracking to make more than $50 million during its opening 5-day weekend. Now, wait a minute. $50 million would put it below The Flash. That would mean that Wish, wait a minute, folks, hang with me. That would mean that Wish is projected to do about the same as the Marvels. Wait a minute, hold on, let's go back. Back to Digital Trends. The Marvels just might be the MCU's first huge box office disaster. Okay, let's go back. Disney's Wish box office projections see it break a major record following Pixar Coco. Wait a minute, they're on track to make the same amount. How can one be a horrible disaster and one is breaking records? Follow along. Remember, the facts don't determine the conclusion. The facts don't determine the narrative. The narrative is pre-selected. Remember that. According to Deadline, Disney's Wish is trying to make upwards of $50 million at the box office when it opens on November 22nd, 2023. If the movie hits these projections, it would mark the biggest opening for an original animated movie since 2017's Coco. All right, folks, here's how this works. We need a positive story about Wish for whatever reason. Not saying why there needed to be a positive story about Wish. Got to frame this box office in the best way possible. So how do we do it? Well, we say it's going to be the biggest opening since 2017's Coco for an original animated movie. Now, what does that mean? That means it's not a sequel, and that means it's not based on an existing IP. Okay? That's how you get that eliminated. And then you only go back a few years so that you're just using pandemic years, basically, right? Most of those are going to be pandemic years. Watch this. Coco, in comparison, made Coco made more than $20 more million than what this thing is on track to do. Of course, Super Mario can't be included because it's a pre-existing IP. But Coco made more than $20 million what this is on track to do at a time when movie ticket prices were dramatically lower, which means this is probably on track to get half the audience of Coco. But we're not allowed to say that because that goes against the narrative. And that's how you get an article that says Disney's Wish box office projections see it break a major record. It's a record that is very contrived. Would you not agree? I also want to bring your attention to this, because what happens if you step out of line too much with the mainstream and access media? Well, take a look at this. This is from Culture Crave. 3.4 million views on this. Watch this. Community notes are being added to tweets saying Robert Downey Jr. is returning as Iron Man in the MCU. That's not exactly true, though. What is happening is the community notes are being used now to disgrace an account that said that Robert Downey Jr. was returning to the MCU, a known scooper. One of two significant scoopers that often has very detailed, very specific information out of Disney. And the community notes that are now added says, My Time to Shine H, which stands for My Time to Shine Hello, is well known for spreading false information and clickbait posts. Folks, if that is not a horrible thing to see, that you can have this is a personal attack on that account, on the character, on the moral character of that account. This isn't disagreeing with what the post says. It isn't disagreeing with the information. It isn't dissuading people based on facts. It's simply character assassination. There are no verifiable claims regarding that Robert Downey Jr.'s return to the MCU. First of all, that's the community notes are even grammatically incorrect. Second of all, Variety has already reported that Marvel is attempting to do so. But everything that My Time to Shine Hello is going to post is going to get these community notes. Now, Culture Crave is celebrating this. Culture Crave says, we have a Discord channel to discuss MCU news and reliable leaks. Culture Crave goes on in this thread to say, to be honest, people have been believing random, anonymous Twitter pages about Marvel stuff long before the verification changes. Culture Crave goes on to say, generally, that's how these types of pages play it, though. A reliable place like Variety says the OG cast returning is an idea being considered. Then these pages post, Robert Downey Jr. is back, confirmed. Chris Evans is back. Doesn't turn out to happen. They say things changed. But here's where things get interesting. It says, we share from only the trade site reporters when it comes to Marvel content and for leaks. Any reliable ones will be shared in our Discord. Folks, do you see what's happening here? This is how the mainstream media and the access media circle the wagons. This My Time to Shine Hello has done something, and we're not sure exactly why. Suddenly, this is such a big deal that they have had to come down on them. But they've manipulated the community posts, the context system, right, that's supposed to protect Twitter from false information. They've manipulated that such that it is now a personal attack mechanism against My Time to Shine Hello. And now Culture Crave is saying what's supposed to be kept secret out loud. We only aggregate MCU news from trade reporters, and these types of accounts are not allowed to be shared in our Discord Leaks channel. Now, I don't care about Culture Crave one iota. They have no impact on me or my reach or on my viewers or anything. But here's what I'm here to tell you. This is how they manage to curate the system such that they create a Hollywood intelligentsia that is, by the way, biased towards the corporations, because the trades cannot be unbiased. It's not that I'm against the trades. The trades often have good things. But the trades are dependent on access via the corporations. They have to play ball with them. And the corporate news that Culture Crave and these others are dependent on, well, they have to be biased as well. The far harder thing to do, of course, is to look for people with great track records and figure out, do they have the good stuff? Are they worth listening to? Sure. 99% of the folks out there are probably not worth listening to. But take a look at this. My Time to Shine Hello leak compilation back from 2021. This off of Reddit. This is just a going back through the things that they've had. And you can see there's a huge list of this. It's amazing. At the time, they had not confirmed much of this, right? There is some stuff that was confirmed. So you can see all the stuff that was confirmed from Loki, Black Widow, Spider-Man No Way Home. Take a look at this, for example, okay? My Time to Shine Hello said on the 14th of July, 2021, there's a big action scene between Tom and Dafoe on the Queensboro Bridge where he uses the pumpkin bombs to blow off the bridge. Now, how would you know that unless you have access to the script to some degree? Like, there's no way that you can actually come up with that in addition to all of these others. I'm not here to promote My Time to Shine Hello. I don't know this person. I don't know their connections. I know nothing about them. But I'm here to tell you that's impossible to get all of that without having some access to stuff. Now, we can go down through here and we can see that there are tons of different things that they've said. At the time, these were not confirmed. But look at this. 2nd of October, 2021. And remember, this post comes out before they have been able to confirm this stuff because the movie's not out yet. Aunt May dies. Yeah, she does. You can go through all of this. Some stuff's wrong. Like this, Rocket dies in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Well, technically that's right. Rocket actually does die and is resuscitated. So technically that's true. And perhaps the script said that Rocket died and, it was changed. I don't know. But there's a track record here where it's impossible for this person to be guessing these things. Like, for example, it would be impossible for me to guess that they were going to reboot the Harry cast or the Harry Potter cast and reboot the franchise, and then a month or two later, it comes true. We did that here on the channel. That is just almost impossible to come out and say that. And the risk you would take in doing that and losing followers immediately if it doesn't happen, tremendous. Now, we do some scoops, like, for example, Hugh Jackman coming to the MCU. You could guess that one, and eventually you've got like a 50-50. But there's some stuff that we say on here that you just flat out, you would have to know for that to happen. My Time to Shine clearly has connections. Clearly. And I'm not here to cheerlead. I'm just telling you. But despite that, you've got Culture Crave here celebrating the fact that this individual, who you just saw, has tremendous track record, has this now officially added to them like the scarlet letter, right? My Time to Shine H is well known for spreading false information and clickbait posts. There are no verifiable claims regarding that Robert Downey Jr.'s return to the MCU. They can't even spell, they can't even write, they can't even get their grammar right. But folks will celebrate it because it's not part of the narrative. And folks, now you know. You probably already knew, but now you know with high specificity and resolution. That's how the game is played. That's how the Marvels is a disaster. Now we've accepted it. And at the same time, Disney's Wish might make less money. Might make more, but might make less. And it's breaking records. That's how the game is played. Folks, the way the game is played here on YouTube is, click that like button for me, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this one. Did we do well? Did we not? Did you learn a lot? We'd love to find out. Drop a comment down below and let us know. We cover your comments. We care about what you think. Don't forget, folks, this is a very busy week for us. Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we will start the pre-show for the Disney earnings call. We will then move you from this channel automatically over to the Valiant Renegade channel. That will happen at 4 p.m. Earnings call starts at 4:30. We'll have coverage until at least 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have on That Park Place News Network, the That Park Place YouTube channel, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll have coverage of what to expect coming up for the Disney earnings call. And Midnight's Edge will be having coverage on Wednesday as well, starting about noon Eastern. So all kinds of coverage. It's a big deal. Disney has picked up a new CFO. They will not be there commentating during the earnings call this time, but it's a major deal, and this person has a tremendous background that needs to be explored and discussed. There's so much happening this week that it's hard to keep up with, but folks, that's why we are here to do what we do, and you expect us to do it, and we will. We're happy to do so. It's a joy. The mainstream media can't stand it. Folks, that's a wrap for today. We'll see you this evening. Keep learning, keep growing, keep having fun.
This is Wilton the Troll reporting for That's Park Place, and I'm surrounded by loving and adoring people who are peacefully trying to make sure that poor kids aren't cold in the winter. And just behind me, you can see a totally natural bonfire for baking cookies or making marshmallows.
Yeah, so, Wilson, we really appreciate the effort and stuff, but we're looking for real and, accurate news reporting on That Park Place.
So not like most news outlets, huh?
No.